morning everyone. After so much positive feedback from the first vlog, here we go again. Much crazy adventure. And guess who we have with us? Surprise guest, the one and only, the legend, Harrison Kauffman. Good morning.
It's about to get wild.
From all the different countries and places I've visited over the past few years, potentially this trip could be the craziest, the most remote. So keep watching. First flight of the trip. Someone else booked my ticket. I thought I was going to Oslo. I'm going to a place nearby called Sandefjord. I think that's how you pronounce it. Just touched down in Norway. First time here. Country number 25 for 2022. One of the smallest airports ever. From when you walk out the plane till passport control is like 20 steps. And 20 steps again and you're out the airport. So we need to make our way to Oslo where we have another flight tomorrow morning. So we're taking a bus, then a train. We're going to do a bit of touring in Oslo and the real trip starts tomorrow morning. One of the most exciting parts of the trip is that this is a free bus. Get involved. Welcome to the bus. Baruch Hashem, we made it to the platform. 1 minute to spare. Train's going to come any minute. How do you say thank you in Norwegian?
Tuck.
Tuck.
Yeah, tuck.
Tuck. Thank you, Tuck. Yeah. Very cool what we have on the train here. So there's a machine here with free water. Wow, feels like I'm in the centre of India, so busy down here. Here in Oslo city, one thing I've noticed is how much they care about the environment. The amount of electric cars, literally only electric cars here. Little sleep last night. Of course we're going for a Red Bull. Ah, a Red Bull gives you wings. Opera house right behind me. And the craziest thing is you can walk on the roof of it. So here we are about to climb with my cases on the roof of this opera house. Harrison, all we're doing is climbing an opera house. Are you sure you need your suitcase with you? Quite a difficult climb here with our suitcases, but it's worth it. Beautiful view up here. So I'm sure you're all wondering why you can walk on the roof of the opera house. And the answer is actually, people in the olden days couldn't afford to come to the opera house, so they made the roof that they could be on the roof and then listen, put their ear to the floor and listen to the beautiful opera. A bit like Hillel when he was on top of the roof. We all know the story. Here we are in the souvenir shop and we are looking for a snow globe. Let's see what we can find. Didn't take too long and we have found the snow globe selection. Ooh. Tell them, what's the best city in the world? What's the best city in the world?
Yo, I haven't told that much.
Yeah, but come on, it's Oslo, isn't it? One thing I'm working out very quickly, that Norway is not a cheap place. Snow globes were £9, a pint of beer is £10. Quick update, finished exploring Oslo. We're on our next train to our hotel near the airport. So tomorrow morning we're rolling out of bed straight onto our flight to the next destination. Story of today, catching buses, missing trains. Oh wow, this is just hectic stuff. 1 minute to our bus. Bus is right there. Oh my.
I never meet you in England. I meet you in every other country except England.
Exactly. So we made the bus with seconds to spare. And we came here and the driver said you can only pay by cash. None of us has any cash. And he's very, very kindly let us on. Very nice hotel. They've let us take over their kitchen to do a bit of George Foreman, have a nice warm supper. Here we are in my kitchen. Mushroom soup, chicken soup, got fresh buns right over here. And we're gonna cook some burgers, sausages. First course has been served.
This is a 10 out of 10 straight
wow.
away.
Wow, I'm not gonna blow my own trumpet. This is like a 9 out of 10. No, it should be okay now. It's, all under control.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay, it's okay. Thank you. Thank you. Sweet little hotel right by the airport. To be honest with you, it looks more like a little Lego house. Finally getting some sleep. Tomorrow is a big day, so we're gonna rest up. Good night, everyone. It took me a long time to fall asleep. I was up every few hours. I think it's just the adrenaline, the excitement for today just didn't let me sleep. On the way to the airport, the big day has arrived. We are heading to the most northern town in the world. 4-hour flight. Let's go. That was the first in security. First bag, yeah, we're just doing a random check. Okay, second bag, yeah, just another random check. Third bag, just a random check. Don't think it was so random. We found a snow globe. It's not the nicest looking one, but I think it's just gonna have to do. First time flying Norwegian. My expectations are quite high. Let's hope it's good. Just enjoying the last bit of sunlight I'm gonna get for the next few days. Ah, here we are in Tromsø. A few minutes stopover. We've got another flight in a minute. We're going back onto this plane in a few minutes. Skier sunset is already at 2 o'clock, so I'm quickly gonna dab on mincha.
Would you like your sandwich?
Wow, thank you. Reese, where are we?
In Svalbard.
Welcome
to Svalbard.
There we go.
Hello, polar bears. Hi.
Wow. The cold air hits you in the face. Baruch Hashem, we've made it to the most northern town in the world. When you see such a sign which tells you how far away the rest of the world is, you know you're in a remote place. Is it Erling Haaland? No, that's Norway, it's Norway. As you can see behind me, we've got shelves of shoes. The rule in Svalbard is if you enter any building, you need to take your shoes off. This was because back in the day, when the only people which lived in Svalbard was coal miners, they took their shoes in order to not dirty the buildings, and that tradition has actually stayed until today. Let's see what it's like to do some shopping here in Svalbard. You don't see this everywhere. There's signs telling you that no guns, because normally people carry guns because of the polar bears. Seeing that we're in one of the most northern shops in the world, and we're in Norway, the pricing's quite fair actually. So let me just tell you a bit more about Svalbard. So for 4 months a year, the sun doesn't shine, it doesn't come up, it's going to be completely dark. We're in the middle of that period now, so for the next 2 days when I'm here, I won't be seeing any sunlight. 1/6 of the world's polar bears are right here in Svalbard. So if you go out the town, you need to go with the guys, you need a gun, you need to be very, very careful because they are very dangerous animals. And one more quick fact, there's more registered snowmobiles than people in this town. As you can see all around me, a great variety of different guns. This is for polar bear protection. Unfortunately, none of us have a gun license, we're not Americans. So we might get a flare gun, we'll have to work out But wow, this is just crazy. Feels like I'm in an army base or something. We didn't buy a gun, but in here we got ourselves our flare gun, and that should be good enough to scare polar bears. So why do people live in such a remote place? And the answer is, there used to be lots of mining over here. And here we have our fellow miner, the last one in the village. How does it feel to be the last miner around here? Yes, I can hear that. Right over here we are cooking the most northern kosher meal in the world at the moment. When you have 4 months of dark, you need a good pub like this just to get you through the long nights.
It's time to get some sleep, so tomorrow we can continue this crazy adventure. Good night, everyone.
Such a weird feeling waking up. It's nearly 9 o'clock and outside is as dark as we left off last night. The big shiloh was what we do about davening here. So some opinions will tell you shouldn't come here and you can't daven here because there is no daylight. But we are relying on an opinion, something to do with that the sun goes 11 degrees up. I'm not exactly clear on everything. So if you do come here, then make sure to do your research, speak to your local rabbi and find out. Ready to embrace the -10 out here. Thermals, thick socks, many layers, big adventure to come. On our morning walk, we're about to climb a mountain just behind us over there. In order to get there, we need to cross this lake. So we need to test out to see if it's frozen enough and safe enough to walk across. The way to test by throwing a rock in, let's see. Yeah, that feels pretty safe, I found out something really interesting yesterday. It happens to be, this is considered a desert. And you might be thinking, I want the desert somewhere in the Middle East. But a place where nothing grows is considered a desert. So right here, we are in a desert.